Hello everyone, welcome to Daily Current Affairs series. Today we will discuss about 3rd June current affairs. Myself, Sunny Sandeep. Welcome to my channel, Gear Up for Group 1 exam. Let us discuss the current affairs. The first one, China made significant deployment said by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. We have seen an issue between China and India about line of actual control. There is a meeting, there was an important dialogue between these two countries, China and India, scheduled on June 6th to resolve this issue, that is line of actual control issue. Here Indian and Chinese troops have been engaged in standoffs. Standoffs means lockdown situation at several locations along the LAC line of actual control after Chinese troops moved into the Indian territory at Pangong Sele and Galwan-Nala and Hot Springs in eastern Ladakh and Nakula in Sikkim. These are the places when China entered in Indian territory. Here Rajnath Singh, defense minister, is telling that India will not interfere on anyone's sovereignty, and at the same time India will not let anyone infringe on its sovereignty. This is said by Defense Minister Rajnath Singh. This is about this article. Next one, Trump invites Modi for G7 summit. First of all, before going to know about G7 summit, we should know about what are the countries involved in this G7 summit. They are United States, second one Japan, and third one Canada, and fourth one Germany, fifth one France, sixth one Italy, and seventh one United Kingdom. These are the 7 countries involved in this G7 country. These are 7 countries will combine at one place. They will discuss about economy situation in that meeting. Here before G7 there is a G8 countries are there, that is Russia also included. Last week we have seen an article about US President want to expand this G7 summit by including the 4 another countries like India, Australia, South Korea and Russia also. You have to know an important concept here, that is Russia is annexed Crimea in Moscow. That's why it is moved out from G8 countries. Now officially now G7 countries. Now again Trump wants to involve these 4 countries like India, Russia, South Korea and Australia to involve in this G7 summit or expand this G7 to G11. Here it is aimed at making India a permanent part of global high table at G7 or its redesigned shape as a G11. If you see one, we have occupied a important position in a WHO, that is World Health Organization, that is a executive board. In next 3 years, India is expected to play a key role in global diplomatic arena because of its 3-year term at the executive board of the World Health Organization, which is crucial responsibility because of the COVID-19 situation. We have seen that there is a COVID-19 situation in today's world. That's why India plays a crucial role or pivotal role in global arena. That's why Trump wants to invite Modi for G7 summit, next G7 summit. Next one, uneasy frontiers robs Ladakh's heads of pastures. Here we have to know that pastures mean, right side I have given a picture about a Chengpa community heading their goats or sheep. They will get some wool from that goats, that is famously known as Pashmina. These Chengpa communities are nomadic tribes. Here we have to know a difference between nomadic tribes and particularly vulnerable tribal groups. There are some difference. Particularly vulnerable tribal groups who are stagnant population or who are reducing their population, or stagnant population reducing in that they are known as particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Here nomadic tribes means they will move from one place to another place, that means for their needs or livelihoods. Here we have seen some incursions or some intrusions by China, that is China's armies, People's Liberation Army. The Chinese army intrusion in Chumar and Jamchak since January has left Ladakh's nomadic hiding. Important concept, please underline, that's why I highlighted that one. Chengpa community cut off from the large parts of summer pastures. Summer pastures means grasslands. To eat these grasslands which is eaten by these goats. Here there is a wool, that is much valued wool from the Ladakh heads is essential for the prized Pashmina shawls woven in Kashmir and is famous for their intricate handwork. This is about uneasy frontiers robs Ladakh's heads of patches. Here we have to remember two important words, that is the first one Chengpa community and second one Pashmina wool. That is very very important for our prelims. Next one, Remdesivir, that is cleared for an emergency use. Here we are seeing a COVID-19 cases almost. The country on Tuesday topped the 2 lakh mark, registering the 8,816 cases according to the state health departments. Here it is a Remdesivir is a antiviral drug, has been cleared for the treatment of COVID-19 patients under emergency use only. Please underline the word under emergency use only. It is not used for regular one, that means who are affected with COVID-19. If they are in critical position or they are in a emergency position, then only we will use this Remdesivir. There is also another drug, that is HCQ, that is hydroxychloroquine. We have to know this one. Antiviral drug Remdesivir has been cleared for the treatment of COVID-19 patients under this emergency only. Here there is a controversy, that is the ministry denied any under-reporting of COVID-19 deaths in the country. We have seen almost 5,500 cases regarding deaths we have noted, but some countries are alleging that, or some countries are saying that India is under-reporting the COVID-19 deaths, but our ministry is denying that one. This is about this article. Next one, Nisarga, a cyclone. Here it is going to affect in Maharashtra and Gujarat. That's why who are affected with COVID-19 patients, they are moved or they are shifted to, as a precaution, they are shifted to some safety places. We have to know some important concepts here. Apart from this cyclone or affecting situation, we have to know the cyclone is likely to intensify into a severe cyclonic storm with a projected wind speeds of about 110 km/h. Here we will categorize cyclones by their speed or by their wind speeds. That's why there are 5 categories are there. The first one, 74 to 95 km/h. It is known as wind speed is known as category 1. For that damage level is somewhat minimal only. If you see one category 2, that is 96 to 110 km/h, that is for that damage level is somewhat moderate only. Here if you see, that is category 3, that means 111 to 130 km/h, it is a extensive, that means more than moderate. Here if you see one, the extreme condition, that is category 4, that is 131 km to 155 km/h, that is extreme condition. That means after that there is also another category, that is we have seen that is amphones hit the 2 states, they are Odisha and West Bengal, very severely. Here category 5, that is 156 km/h plus hour, that means more than speed 156, that is known as a catastrophic. These are the 5 categories cyclones are there. That's why if you see one, the cyclone is likely to intensify into a severe cyclonic storm, that means from cyclonic to severe cyclonic storm with a projected wind speeds of 110 kilometers. That means it is an extensive damage will occur with this Nisarga cyclone. Here, usually we are in a Indian Ocean. Our right side Bay of Bengal is there, and left side, that is Arabian Sea, is there. Almost every cyclone will form in a Bay of Bengal only. This Amphan also is formed in a Bay of Bengal only. But if you see some different culture or different strategy or different pattern we are seeing in last 10 years from 2009 to 2019, there are also some formations of cyclones are happening in Arabian Sea also. Here, this is the first cyclone to form near Mumbai in the Arabian Sea since 1882. That's why we have to take care of about this cyclone, that is Nisarga. Here there are some regional names of cyclone is there. We have to know about that. At the same time, we have to remember these names also. Why? Because they will ask some names, typhoons, where it will call it as a typhoons. That means we have to answer like a China Sea. That's why I have given us some 7 regional names for cyclone. The first one, typhoons. When it is happened or it is formed in a China Sea or South China Sea, we will call it as a typhoons. Here, tropical cyclones. That means if it is happening in or forming in a Indian Ocean, we call it as a tropical cyclones. After third one, that is hurricanes. If it is happening or formed in a Caribbean Sea, we will call it as a hurricanes. Tornadoes. If it is happening in a USA, that is known as tornadoes. Very, very important. Why I am underlining this, or why I am highlighting these words, these names? Why? Because previous question papers, if you refer previous question papers, they are all about these questions only. That's why I am insisting that one. Tornadoes, that is happening in USA. Willies, that is happening in North Australia. Here, if you see Bagayo, that is happened in a Philippines. If it cyclone happening or forming in a Philippines, we will call it as a Bagai. Or Taifu, that is Japan. When it is happening in a or formed in a cyclones in a Japan, we will call it as a typhoon. This is about the Nisarga patients, or Nisarga patients shifted as a precaution to. Next one, there is a electronics incentive schemes are launched by Telecom and IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad. Here, Telecom and IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad launched 3 incentive schemes with a total outlay of about 48,000 crore. Here, why has he launched that one? We have to know that to boost a large scale manufacturing electronics. Here I have told 3 incentive schemes. What are they? The three schemes are production link incentive, that is PLI, outlay of nearly 41,000 crores, and second one, component manufacturing scheme, that is CMS, about 3,300 crore, and modified electronics manufacturing clusters, about 3,800 crores. Here, by insisting this one, some countries are thinking like that India is following India first only, but he is telling Ravi Shankar Prasad, Minister of Telecom and IT Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad ji is telling that this is a step towards self-reliant India. That means Atmanirbhar India, Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat. A self-reliant India is not an India of isolation. It is not an inward-looking India. It is one which enhances its capacity and develops an ecosystem as an asset to the global economy only. Next one, I have promised to make a previous paper analysis, that is UPSC Prelims 2019. Consider the following statements. The Environment Protection Act 1986 empowers the Government of India. Options are given here. A. First one, state the requirement of public participation in the process of environmental protection and the procedure and manner in which it is sought. Why? Because it is wrong. Why? Because there is no role of state or no role of state to requirement to participate or to ask the participation of public. Here, second option, that is lay down the standards for emission or discharge of environmental pollutants from various sources. Which of the following statements is above correct? A. 1 only, wrong. B. 2 only, it is right. Lay down the standards. It will lay down the standards for emission of discharge of environmental pollutants from various sources. C. Both 1 and 2, wrong. D. Neither 1 or not 2. Here right option is B. Here, before going to conclude, why this Environmental Protection Act came? We know that in 1980s, Bhopal gas tragedy is happened. That is worst Bhopal or industry hit. That's why after 1980s, in 1986, Parliament came up with Environmental Protection Act, that is 1986. It is very, very important. With this, we can conclude our video. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Gear up for Group 1 exam. This is Sunny Sandeep signing out. Take care. Bye bye.